This video is for informational, educational, and entertainment purposes only. It's not investment, financial, legal, or tax advice. Always consult a qualified professional before making decisions. Past performance isn't indicative of future results, and investing involves risks. Do your own research.
Every single day, thousands of people, maybe even you, open up a trading app. You see the green and red, the chart's going wild, and you think, hey, I can do this. I can beat the market. Well, let's talk about that, because there's a really uncomfortable truth hiding behind those flashy charts.
See, what we call day trading, it isn't really investing. Not in the classic sense, anyway. It's not about believing in a company's long-term vision. It's a game, a really, really fast one. And you're playing against people who do this for a living. Huge funds with PhDs and supercomputers.
And that's the real kicker, isn't it? If this is a game, do you actually know all the rules? Because I guarantee you, you're starting with some serious disadvantages that nobody ever bothers to mention when they're showing you their supposed wins online. Now this number, this is what it all comes down to. Study after study. It doesn't matter the country, it doesn't matter the year, they all find pretty much the same thing. About 90% of people who try to day trade end up losing money. Just let that sink in. 9 out of every 10. And here's the most important part to get. This isn't just a massive string of bad luck. It's not random. This incredibly high failure rate is actually a predictable outcome. It's built into the very system you're using. It's a feature, not a bug. So, if the odds are that bad, why are so many people trying it? Well, it's simple. The dream they're selling is just so incredibly appealing. There's this whole mythos built up around day trading, and man, is it seductive. Oh, you've totally seen this stuff. The screenshots of giant gains, the videos with rented Lambos, the whole financial freedom from my laptop on a beach pitch. These stories are super powerful because they tap right into that desire we all have for an easier life, but they almost never show you the other side of the coin. And this is where the myth just shatters against reality. The academic research on this is just crystal clear. For the vast majority of people, the more they trade, the more money they lose. It's a direct relationship. So let's just say it one more time, because this is really the core idea here. The reason most people lose isn't because they're unlucky or dumb. It's because the structure of the game itself is tilted against them from the very start. So what does that structure even mean? Well, think of it like a casino. The house doesn't need to know if you're going to win the next hand of blackjack. They just need a tiny mathematical edge that, over thousands of hands, guarantees they come out ahead. Day trading has its own version of that house edge. We're going to break down the 3 biggest structural hurdles that every single retail trader is up against, whether they know it or not. Think of them as the hidden rules of the game. You've got fees, taxes, and the information gap. Okay, first up, fees. Now, you're probably thinking, my app is commission-free. And yeah, maybe, but nothing's truly free. Every single time you trade, there's a tiny gap between the buying price and the selling price. It's called the bid-ask spread. For one trade, it's pennies. But when you're making dozens of trades a day, it's like a slow, silent leak, just draining money from your account. Next up, taxes. Ugh, I know. But this one's a monster. If you buy a stock and hold it for more than a year, any profit is taxed at a lower rate. But if you're day trading, buying and selling in the same day, your profits are taxed as short-term gains. And that rate is usually the same as your normal, much higher income tax rate. It's a huge handicap from the get-go. You have to win big just to cover your tax bill. But of all the disadvantages, fees and taxes are nothing compared to this next one. This is the real secret sauce. It's the one thing those online gurus almost never mention. The difference in technology and information is just, it's staggering. You're at home on your Wi-Fi connection. A big firm has its servers physically in the same building as the stock exchange, just to cut their trade time by microseconds. They pay millions for special data feeds that let them see what everyone is buying and selling in real time. You're basically bringing a butter knife to a drone strike. So, if the game is this tilted against the little guy, who's actually making money here? Well, believe me, a ton of money is being made. It's just not always from trading. It's from selling the dream of trading. This is the one question you have to ask yourself every time you see one of these guys online. Just think about it logically.
If you discovered a secret strategy that reliably made you tons of money, would you really spend your days making YouTube videos and selling a course for a few $100s? Or would you just quietly keep making tons of money?
And this is how that business model really works. For so many of these online personalities, the money they make from actually trading is tiny. It's a rounding error. The real, dependable income? It comes from selling you courses, getting you to sign up for subscriptions, and earning affiliate fees from the very platforms where most people lose money. Their most profitable product is you.
All right, I know this all sounds pretty bleak. So if day trading is basically a trap, what's the alternative? Well, turns out the most effective approach historically is also the most boring one. And that's actually its superpower. You've probably heard this phrase before, and it sticks around for a reason. It's true. The goal isn't to perfectly guess every up and down, which is basically impossible. The real goal is just to spend time in the market, letting your money grow with the overall economy over years and decades.
And when you put them side by side, the contrast is just stark. Instead of a high-stress, high-fee, low-probability gamble, you have this low-stress, low-fee, tax-efficient strategy with a historically high probability of success. It doesn't need speed. It just needs patience.
So let's bring it all home. We've seen the seductive myth. We've picked apart the hidden rules that work against you, and we've seen who's really cashing in on this whole ecosystem.
So here's the bottom line. The system is pretty much set up for most retail traders to lose. The professionals have massive advantages in speed and information that you just can't compete with.